Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Monday, March 23rd Board of Education meeting being held at Colerain High School. I will invite everybody to stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance in honor of our flag and our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amy, can you do roll call?
Ms. Slattery.
Here.
Mr. Heather.
Here.
Mr. Detzel.
Here.
Ms. Jones.
Here.
Mrs. Talby.
Here. And I will read our mission statement. The Northwest Local School District will create a responsive learning community where all students are valued, challenged, and guided along a pathway to success. All right, and before we approve the agenda, we need to add a special presentation, number 5.4. Diana Herb from Waycross will give us a report on the coverage of Waycross for Northwest Local School District. Can I get a motion in a second?
So moved.
Any questions? Computer just lost power. No, I don't need it. And that passes without opposition.
So tonight we're going to start with 4 presentations. I'm going to ask that the board come down to the first row for the first 3 presentations. So as students are recognized, they can shake the students' hands and congratulate them. And at this time, we're going to switch the house lights on so that we can actually see the students when they are awarded. The first presentation that we are going to honor tonight is National Merit Finalists. Nationally, this is a program that recognizes the top achieving students in scholarship and academics across the country. Less than 1% of students in the entire nation achieve this honor. Tonight, we are going to honor 2 students from our district who achieved this prestigious award of National Merit Finalist. I'm going to introduce Aaron Davis, principal of Colerain High School, and Alex Shrewsbury, principal of Northwest High School, to honor their respective students who achieved this great accomplishment.
First, I'd like to welcome up Michael Gillian. I unfortunately do not get to see Michael very much because during the day he spends his time at UC, where he is taking his classes there and is even a TA for one of his professors as a senior in high school. Not only is Michael successful in that place, but he has continued to show what he can do and has been a great representation of Northwest High School and will continue to for years to come. So congratulations, Michael.
Good evening. I would like to call up William Rotz, please. Like Michael, Will is an amazing student. He takes many challenging courses and pushes himself academically, but also outside of the classroom, he participates in cross country and track and keeps himself busy outside of the classroom as a well-rounded individual, and we couldn't be more proud of him representing Colerain High School. So congratulations, Will.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Like it a little more interactive. My name is Jake Kuhnlein. I'm the Director of Student Services. Good evening to our board, superintendent, treasurer, and most importantly, families and students of our community. Before beginning tonight's presentation and celebration of our PTA Reflections winners, I just want to name and thank so many different people across our district that make this happen. Our PTAs, our parent-teacher associations, do countless unforeseen work behind the scenes and sometimes in front to help us support our schools and our students and our teachers and staff. And so we just want to say thank you to that. And then a ton of staff members support our students in making this a reality too, from art teachers, music teachers, and so much more. Each year, the Ohio PTA Reflection Program invites students in grades kindergarten through 12th grade to explore arts through a unifying theme. And this year's theme was I Belong. And that theme challenged students to reflect on the connection and what it means to feel seen, valued, and part of something greater than themselves. Every single submission across the district was actually reviewed anonymously by staff across the district, meaning that selections were based solely on creativity, interpretation of the theme, and their artistic expression, which is super cool. From this process, a group of outstanding finalists emerged, and their work was then transported to Columbus, Ohio, to advance to the state level competition, where they now represent our school district among the best in Ohio. So just overall, just give it up for everyone that submitted our work. I can personally attest to the fact that your artwork made it there safely because I had the honor of driving to Columbus myself to deliver them at about 6:30 in the morning a month ago. So if any of our students make it past the state round and make it to the national level, we'll be sure to invite you back and celebrate you again. And then once that artwork that's now in Columbus is returned, we can't wait to display it and celebrate it further. It's not lost on me that we're celebrating a lot of incredible artwork today. And not having it physically here to show. I regret that, but they have it right now. So tonight we're going to recognize these students. We're going to call all of them up. Once all students that are finalists that moved on to the Ohio state level competition are up front, I will then invite any of their administrators from their school just to pop up and take a photograph with them as well. And then on the way out, the board members would certainly like to shake your hand and tell you congratulations too, okay? So at this time, I'd like to start with our primary visual arts competition in grades kindergarten through second place. And I would like to call up, if she's here, our runner-up, Emerson Otten from Colerain Elementary. In first place in the same category, Taba Al-Hamadi from Colerain Elementary as well. Also in our primary category, but for photography, so kindergarten through second grade, We have one individual moving on to the state level. So our first place winner from Mumford Heights is Cameron Benedict. Okay, if Cameron's here for a moment. And then primary literature, first place for Mumford Heights, Elijah Cundiff. And then moving on to the intermediate level, so grades 3rd through 5th grade in visual arts, our runner-up was Amina Mohammadi from Colerain Elementary. In first place is London Franklin from Mumford Heights. And then moving on to intermediate photography in grades 3rd through 5th grade, runner-up Liam Brock. Good job. And then in first place for intermediate photography from Mumford Heights, Mia Lily Crawford. All right, thank you for that. Moving on to intermediate film production. We had someone submit a film this year, which is super cool. In grades 3rd through 5th grade, our first place winner is Madeline Keefe from Mumford Heights. And then in intermediate dance choreography in grades 3rd through 5th grade, first place is Olivia Keefe from Mumford Heights as well. Having watched and looked at all of these, they are super good. I can't wait to share them. Moving on to intermediate literature, our runner-up is Jacob Bowes from Mumford Heights. And then in first place for Mumford Heights, Claire Schoenberger. All right, moving on to middle school literature, grades 6th through 8th grade. First place winner from Colerain Middle School, Zara Wieland. And then middle school photography, first place from Colerain Middle, Audrina Hosler. And then moving on to high school visual arts in grades 9th through 12th, Olivia Pegram. And runner-up, Maria Shadlick from Colerain High School. All right, and at this time, I would invite any administrators from the schools of the students present here to pop on up and take a picture with our winners. Give it up one more time for our winners. Great job, guys. Super proud of you. All right, it's still me for one more incredible presentation. So we're going to move into our third presentation of the night. 3 times in a year, We honor our competitive music participants and student athletes from across the district. And so tonight I have the honor of helping celebrate our student athletes and competitive music participants from our winter season. Earlier tonight we heard about the theme for the PTA Reflections being I Belong through the arts, and I think the same idea applies to competitive music and to sports too. I'm just really grateful that as a district we offer so many opportunities for our kids to find their passion and find belonging and find something that they're really compelled and convicted by. It really matters because all of our kids deserve a standing ovation and deserve to be treated like the champions that they are. So tonight we'll go in order of middle school and then high school. We'll go from Pleasant Run Middle, Colerain Middle, White Oak, Northwest High School, Colerain High School. The athletic director or school administrator will do a short overview of the overall season and then introduce coaches. Coaches, you'll have the opportunity to do a short overview of your season and get to call up each individual student athlete or competitive musician that's here tonight. Similar to how we did with PTA Reflections, for one team, we'll have that team line up in the front, take a picture. Before the student athletes leave, I'm going to ask you all to just walk this way and shake board members' hands. So before you leave and after the picture, just walk down, and I know our board members want to stand and just recognize you, shake your hand and tell you great job. Sorry that I didn't make that direction clear for the reflections, okay? So at this point, I'm going to invite up Pleasant Run Middle. Student athletes that are here from Pleasant Run Middle, you're going to just line up right over here by Mr. Horde and get his directions on what order to line up in. And then I'll have Ms. Ferrante come up to get started on that. Is that?
Good evening. I'm Ms. Ferrante, the assistant principal at Pleasant Run Middle School. Before we recognize our athletes, we'd love to recognize a very special and talented band member in our 8th grade band. We had several students that were a part of different honor bands throughout the state and the city, but Antonio Calcano de la Cruz is receiving 4 awards tonight. So he was a part of the District 14 Honor Band, the Wright State University Honor Band. He was also an 8th grade member in the Northwest High School Jazz Band and an 8th grade member in our Northwest High School Pit Musical Performing Band. So congratulations, Antonio. We are also excited to recognize our winter sports. This winter, we had boys and girls basketball as well as wrestling. I am going to invite Coach Jimmy up to speak on our girls basketball season.
Okay, good evening. As she said, my name's Coach Jimmy. I'm here for Pleasant Run Middle School girls. I'm going to be doing both 7th and 8th grade, so bear with me. They're all mixed together, so I'm going to be flipping these pages around. So, the first player I'm going to call up here is Amani. Okay. Oh, there. Forgot this. The season. Our season, it could have been better. I know 7th grade, we had a lot of injuries due to some ACL tears and some knee problems and some tailbone issues, which I never knew you could hurt your tailbone. But but other than that, we had a fun season. I think all the girls would agree that it was pretty fun this season. So the next player is Tamia. Okay, the next player is Ryan. The next player is Karaya. Okay, that was it for the 7th graders. And on to the 8th grade. The next player is Kaylin. The next player is Mahogany, or also known as MJ. Hand me them flowers. Okay, thank you. You didn't hand me those flowers. Great, thank you. The next player is Cadence. Okay. The next player is Brooklyn. Next player is Kanisha. Next player is Olivia. And I guess last but not least is Parker. All right. That's the 8th grade team, or 8th grade and 7th grade team, sorry.
Picture with
Yeah.
them?
Thank you to our basketball team. Coach Hollinsworth will be coming up to talk about our wrestling season.
Hi, I'm Coach Hollinsworth. I was the middle school wrestling coach for Pleasant Run Middle School. Overall, I think we had a very successful season. We showed a lot of growth and a couple wrestlers who show good potential of probably competing at a high level when they make it to high school. And I have a couple of these wrestlers that I want to recognize. The first wrestler I want to recognize is Isaiah Freeland. I have him down as my most valuable wrestler. He showed a lot of great leadership and kept the team going when we really needed it. The next wrestler I want to recognize is Kylan Brooks. He showed a lot of determination, and he never gave up in his matches. Even when he was having an asthma attack, he was still determined to win that match. And I really appreciate it. I'm really proud of these guys for it. So that's all I have as the wrestling coach. Give these guys a hand.
Coach Taj will be joining us to talk about our cheerleaders.
Hello, I'm Coach Taj. I was the cheerleading coach for Pleasant Run Middle School. It's my first year, and these 5 young ladies made it the most memorable year that I could ever have. Cadence, Frank. Madison McMillan. Ania Graham. Malia Burnham. And Aaliyah Key. I do.
Alrighty, and then I will also be recognizing some of our 7th and 8th grade boys basketball players. Our first player for outstanding accomplishment in the winter 2026 season is David Sarkoti Ado. Sorry. For outstanding accomplishment and the competitor award, Elijah Smith. For 7th grade basketball, the Hart Award, Daniel Mendoza Sierra. And the Scholar Award goes to Freeman Settles.
All right, and at this time, we'll have any participants from Colerain Middle School line up right where the Pleasant Run Middle School participants were.
Good evening. Colerain Middle School would like to recognize 6 outstanding athletes, winter athletes that gave a lot of time and dedication. It's a 4-month season, so it takes a lot of time. We weren't lighting the world on fire, but our goal was to increase numbers in both our wrestling and basketball program, and we did just that, and that allowed for, us to show a lot of growth throughout the season. So we're very proud of these athletes. I'm just going to read briefly their names and what their coach said about them, so I promise I won't keep you up here too long. JJ Nolan is our wrestler. JJ tried a new sport this year, and he joined the wrestling team. Incredibly hard worker. I see that in cross country and track, and he has a wonderful attitude and was a great addition to our team. So JJ Nolan, wrestling. Cheer, Demaya Powell. Demaya brings a lot of talent and fun to everything she does. Her sharp motions, strong jumps, and fun personality lifts her team. She has a special way of making people smile. Hey, remember that. You have a special way to make it. You guys show them your smile. I'm talking about your smile and you're hiding it. Come on, girl. We are so lucky to have Demaya a part of our cheerleading team. So Demaya Powell. Thank you, Demaya. 7th grade girls basketball, Kalia White. Kalia is new to us. Kalia is new to us to Colerain Middle School, and she is a diamond in the rough. She has such pure, raw talent. Colerain High School, you're getting a good one, but we get her for another year. So hold on. She's a tremendous young lady. She has improved. She maintains her grades. She works incredibly hard. She's encouraging, and she was the leading scorer and rebounder on her team. Great defense, and she has an incredibly bright future. Thank you, Kalia. Samaya Campbell is our 8th grade girls basketball player, another tremendous leader in our basketball program. She also maintains a 4.0, which is it's very challenging to keep up with your grades and to play multiple sports. She's playing AAU, she's doing it all. She's a joy to coach the past 2 seasons, and again, tremendous growth. She improved on her ball handling, her shooting, demonstrated a newfound toughness, and her work ethic and perseverance will continue to serve her well throughout the season and throughout the next 4 years. And Samaya Campbell, she's took an early spring break, so we'll see her sometime, I guess, but that's Samaya Campbell. 7th grade basketball, Alex Jenkins. Boy, this kid is fun to watch. He might be small, but I got to be honest with you. He plays like he's 6'2" when he's out on the court. Don't laugh at that, I promise you. He hustles, he rebounds. He is a contributor both on and off the court, but offensively, defensively, he is up and down. Unbelievable attitude. And again, Colerain High School is very lucky to have him. Incredibly coachable, great teammate, and he looks at every challenge head on, and he's fun to watch. So come watch him next year. Alex Jenkins. And then our 8th grade boy, Jeremy Walker. Jeremy's not here this evening, unfortunately, but just showed phenomenal improvement throughout the season. Another very coachable kid, enjoyable to have on the team. Works very, very hard, tough defender, and forces opposing players to act quickly and causes a lot of turnovers. But another great kid, and we couldn't be more proud of our Colerain Middle School winter athletes. So there you go.
All right, and next up, we'll have any participants here tonight from White Oak Middle School come and line up in the same section.
Hello, my name is Kristen Grody, and I am the proud principal at White Oak Middle School. And I have the pleasure of representing the athletic program this evening. I do want to recognize a couple of athletes who are not here, starting with wrestling, because we did actually have 2 GMC champions, which is a big deal if you know anything about the GMC, which all of you do. So I want to say congratulations, I don't believe they're here, to Colin Schlemmer and to Antonio Strader. Next up, I'm going to honor our boys basketball players. Our teams played tough. They were competitive. They lost a lot of close games. But I told the 7th grade boys they lost those games this year because they're going to win them next year. So I want to call up here Brody Lazier, who was our warrior of the season. And Jeffrey J.T. Ewers, the team MVP. Next up, I'm going to honor some of our young female athletes in our basketball program. I'll say all their names, though they're not all here. We have our most improved player was Claire Detzel. Not present this evening, but Ariana McClendon, which is a name you're going to know next year. Team MVP. Also, Amaria Jordan, not present, but wonderful, team MVP. Most improved player was Courtney Ferguson. And last but certainly not least, from our 7th grade team, we have 2 MVPs, and one of them's here tonight. Congratulations to Reese Pornoy. The other one was Chloe Minton, who's not present. And now I would like to introduce our cheer coaches to honor a very special cheerleader.
Hi, my name is Morgan Bearswell. I am the White Oak Middle School cheerleading coach of 7th and 8th grade. This is my assistant coach, Rose Rodman. We are going to honor our leadership award as well as our most improved award. However, the recipient for our most improved award was not able to make it tonight. We'll say her name anyways. That is going to be going to Janelle Marable. She's super sweet, just the cutest thing you'll ever meet. It was her first year in cheer. She just did an amazing job, grew so much, and we were super happy to have her. So that was Janelle. And then our leadership award is going to be going to Mariah Oakes. Mariah. Mariah, again, is just the sweetest thing you'll ever meet. I've had the pleasure of getting to coach her for the last 2 years and just getting to watch her come out of her shell. To coach in middle school is such a pleasure because you get to watch these kids kind of grow into the person that they're becoming, and that's something that we've been really privileged to do with Mariah. She's just an amazing person academically, athletically, and we're very lucky to have her. Sad to see her go next year. Mariah.
Thank you, and congratulations to our White Oak Warriors.
All right, and we will have participants from Northwest High School line up on the side.
Good afternoon. I'm Lee Johnson, Athletic Director of Northwest High School. And we'll get started. First and foremost, I want to thank the parents for their cooperation and participation during this year. I know it's a long season, the winter months, but the support of the kids and taking them to and fro and also being at the events is very encouraging. So without further ado, I'm going to get started with our band program. We're going to recognize Mr. Daniel Howard. Mr. Daniel Howard is recognized for District 14 Honor Roll Band, as well as Tri-State Band Symposium with the Wind Symphony. He's also honored by the Wright State University Honor Jazz Band, as well as the Solo Ensemble Solo Rating of 1. Mr. Daniel Howard. Congratulations, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, just stand in the front. Also, we have a recognition for our choir. And at this time, what's her name? Excuse me, the lighting in here is bad. I think y'all can agree. Oh my God. No? Michaela Grenfield. She's recognized for the OMEA Solo Ensemble. And first up is going to be Coach Samantha Kane, assistant coach for our girls basketball team.
Hello. So I'm going to start with our senior, Dora Aikman. We are presenting her the Knight Award. Then we're going to go with Journey Leonard, presenting the Squire Award. And then we are going to go with our freshman who is getting the Page Award, Mariah Wilson.
At this time, we're going to recognize our bowling team, girls and boys bowling team, and they're coached by Mr. Quentin Kennedy.
Good evening, all. Thank you. We'll start out by saying, we'll do our boys bowling team first. This year, our record was 11-2, to which we're proud. Being out of conference, we did pick up a lot of Division I teams who were part of the GNC and around, and we did an excellent job. First person I'd like to acknowledge is Jair Berry. Caleb Elliott. Go ahead, dude. Mason Miller. Gerardo Sagado. Caleb and Gerardo are four-year bowlers. I've been with the program all 4 years, so we thank them for their participation there. Our last but not least is Carson Singleton, who happens to be our junior. And in the spirit of competition, Carson holds the highest average in Northwest Local School District, 216.3. Thank you. Our girls bowling, girls, we finished 50, we did. I'd like to acknowledge our freshman, Sheree Slaughter. Madison Jones Malo. And our captain, Alisa Kennedy. Thank you.
Right now, we'd like to bring up our boys basketball coach, Mr. Nick Argentati.
All right, a little bit about our season. We were 14-9 this year. A couple exciting tournament games. We won our first round tournament game on a last-second shot against Monroe. And then we lost a very exciting tournament game to Hughes that came right down to the wire as well. Hughes ended up playing in the regionals. So we're close. We got 5 of our top 7 guys coming back next year. So hopefully we get over that hump next year. I don't think any of our guys are here tonight. I know a couple of them have AAU practice tonight, but I'll read off their accomplishments anyway so they can be recognized. Trevante Thomas was a senior. He got our Knight Award. He was our leading scorer. He was selected District 16 Coaches Association second team, Southwest Ohio honorable mention, and he'll be playing in the District 16 All-Star game on Friday, April 3rd, I believe. Christian Craig got our Squire Award. He was our second leading scorer, our best three-point shooter, and our best free throw shooter. He was District 16 Coaches Association honorable mention. Southwest Ohio Division III honorable mention, and he will also be playing in the District 16 All-Star game. Jaden Hairston, another senior, got our Page Award as our leading rebounder. He'll also be playing in the District 16 All-Star game next Friday night. And then Isaiah Stroud got our Sportsmanship Award as our leading assist guy, our best defender, and just a super coachable kid. So those are our 4 awards for the basketball team.
And up next to recognize our indoor track state qualifiers, Coach Gillian.
Hey y'all, I'm also here representing the wrestling team. Wrestling's a tough sport, and this was a tough season for us. And none of my guys showed up, which, based on the last time we came to Coleraine High School, I can't say I blame them. That's a joke. Much respect to Hunter and his team. They had a fantastic season. I would like to honor a couple of kids. Ahmad Thompson was our Sportsmanship Award, and Ryder Cordray's first-year wrestler, who was a District Alt. Getting into our team awards, Xander Bundy won our Page Award, which is... You are here. Well, why aren't you standing over here? Ladies and gentlemen, Ahmad Thompson. Sorry. All right, where was I? Xander Bundy, Page Award, which is like best newcomer. Showed up to practice every day, literally changed his entire physique, and look forward to coaching this kid into the future because he learns so much, got better week after week. Excuse me, Squire Award went to Mark Brogdon, who is a second-time district qualifier. And our Night Award, which is basically our MVP, went to our heavyweight, Ian Lightbourne, also a district qualifier this year. That's the wrestlers. Ahmad. All right, I'm also here on behalf of the indoor track team. I'm the head coach of the track team, and this was my first indoor season with the team. We've only been competing in indoor track for a couple of years now, but if you've been following Northwest's indoor seasons at all, you'll recognize the names I'm going to talk about today. We had 2 state qualifiers, brother and sister. Their sister was the state champion in indoor track a couple of years ago, so this is, I think, becoming pretty common for them. They're coached actually by their dad, who's in the back, who tells me he doesn't like to be in the spotlight, but Bruce is on staff. He's our high jump coach, and basically, runs our training for us. Great family. I'm so happy to get to work with them. First, I'd like to recognize Riley Cotton, who was the only freshman in the state to qualify for state in high jump. And then Riley has an older brother, Kalen, who has been doing this for a couple of years, and this year not only did he qualify for state, but he left with 6th place.
All right, next up, we'd like to recognize our cheer team. We have one representative who was honored with the Page Award, and she was able to make the varsity squad as a freshman. And at this time, we'd like to recognize Shaden Trent. All right, and the final team we'd like to honor is our girls wrestling, coached by Coach Dexter Carpenter.
Oh, thank you. First of all, I want to say I want to thank the board for last year giving me the gift of having a girls wrestling team. As you know, the sport got sanctioned by the state 4 years ago, and the board blessed me and gave me an opportunity to do this, which has been my dream all my life. The other part of the dream, I get to coach with my daughter, which is so cold-blooded, and I want to thank AJ too. I couldn't accomplish any of this without it. As you can see, we had one of the largest girls team in the state. We were actually giving out 24 letters, and for the first time ever, we're giving out 6 of them are going to be JV letters. What we accomplished has been unreal. You'll see some of the accomplishments. We got in wars with teams that have been around for 5 or 6 years. Mason, we lost by 2 points. Lakota West by 2 points. We were in wars. We beat Princeton 45-22. These were all teams that had top state wrestlers in it. None of these young ladies, except for Jordan, who not here, none of these young ladies wrestled in junior high, kid program, et cetera, et cetera. They trusted me last year, came out. Some of them had never even did a sport before and came out. I was blessed to have people like AJ, and we put technique together, and Tony Smith, who's not here, and we were able to put some technique together. I've been blessed with a spirit of teaching this technique, but what I mostly wanted to sell these young ladies is unity. Most of these young ladies here won't get brought up here, but they came to support the team. That's what I'm trying to sell in the building, is that a unity of young ladies working together for a positive common goal. And these young ladies accomplished that. For the first time in over 30 years, and I had to go to Mr. Gillen, and we still couldn't find it, we won a team trophy, first place in the Taekwondo tournament, a team trophy ever from boys or girls, and it's been over 30 years. And by the way, I was like Hall of Fame here, and I didn't accomplish that when I was coaching boys and girls. These young ladies, wow, they put a spirit in me that has changed me forever. They worked hard, they took chances. This is a touch sport, and I'm asking them to legally fight and to control that energy. So I've been very blessed that these people follow me into the abyss. So we're going to name some of the awards off. I want to say that most of these young ladies were in the lineup when we won the trophy and everything. It was the first ever Taekwondo Invitational named after someone that they had a spirit about religiously, whatever. But our team put it off over there. What time is it, ladies? 9:00. Okay. So my daughter's going to do the name announcement for me.
He butchers names. Okay, so our first award, and I did put these in weight class order. So our 100-pounder, Zariah Martin, she got the Squire Award, and she also was a district qualifier this year. Gonna give that, okay.
She placed in every tournament. They had the first ever Girls Coaches Classic. She placed in that one. She was our top placer in the sectional this year. her mom was actually a wrestlerette for me, which is like a cheerleader and manager when I was here before, like 20-something years ago. She walked in and said, if you're coaching, she can wrestle, and she scraps for us. Good job.
Our next person who was at 115, she's actually not here today, Jordan Samuelson. She received our Page Award, as well as she was also a district qualifier for us.
I like the way she ran. I wish she was here. We nicknamed her Pac-Man. Pac-Man didn't mess around. She comes at, she's very aggressive, and she actually was the only young lady that actually had some wrestling experience from the junior high. And so we were very blessed to have her on the team.
All right, our next is our 125-pounder, Esther Bahati. She was a state alternate this year.
Last year, she won our night award. She was sectional champion last year. She's only a sophomore. She had over 30 wins this year. I looked one day seeing her on the podium at the state tournament. She was an alternate, so I got to take them down there, and they got to walk through their arena. But no cigar. She kind of cried a little bit when they marked her weight class out. Everybody made it. What a phenomenal young lady. And by the way, over a 4.0 student, for the record.
Next is our 130-pounder, Adina Ishmael. This year, she's receiving our night award. She also was a state alternate.
When I had to make a decision in meeting with my coaches about the night award, which has many identities, one of the things is she's the captain of the captains. When I have to deal with things with these young ladies, I go to the captains, and by the way, these three of the captains, and I go to them, but I nicknamed her Tall because she's taller than me. But Tall, I would say, hey, Tall, I need help with this. And she always takes care of them. She'll talk to the people that, I try to keep everybody unified. I try to keep everybody tight together. And if I'm having trouble reaching someone, she helps me do that. She's an outstanding leader, and that's why I gave her the night award. Thank you.
The next person is our 145-pounder, Danae Austin. She received our Sportsmanship Award this year.
I remember when they named the award after Robin, who was our assistant athletic director, and because she represented a person that really cared about not just the athletes in their participation, but she cared about their grades. She cared about how they were feeling that day. And so that sportsmanship award fits this young lady. She had many awards in there, and many times I had to hug her. She's crying on me, and that hard crying you do, that hiccup crying, she do that, but I hug her out of it, and she stuck with it, and she deserves that award.
So next we have our 170-pounder, Dariah Williams. This year, Dariah was a sixth place placer at the sectional tournament.
She doesn't know this, but she placed in multiple tournaments. We were very blessed to get in a ton of tournaments this year with records like 30 and 2 and 30 and 7. We had won a lot of tournaments. But what she doesn't know, this young lady showed some spirit. She came out, she trusted me to put her in competition. She also reaches the heart of other people on the team, and she doesn't know this, but she's about to know this now. Our other captains decided that next year, she's a captain.
So next we have our 190-pounder, Naya. Come on over. She's one of our seniors this year, so this is our last season with her.
We only had two seniors on the wrestling team. I nicknamed her 5-0 because she's in the police academy here, so we nicknamed her 5-0. She wrestled 190 for us in those heavier weight classes got kind of beastly. I just want to thank everybody that helped support us and our athletic director and everybody. But I want to thank all these young ladies for sticking it out with me. We're looking forward for the 8th grade explosion. We're going to recruit. Our numbers are way up there, though. We have a lot of people on this team. And unfortunately, they don't have JV wrestling. So some of these young ladies have to beat up each other to be first string. It can get kind of nasty in there. But I'm very proud, and I'm proud to be able to coach them. Thank you very much.
Y'all stand out in front of them. The ones with certificates get in front. Thank you.
Don't stand behind Adina.
We'll get on the side.
As we're taking this last picture for Northwest High School, let's give it up for Northwest High School and have then Colerain High School start lining up in the side over here, please.
All right, good evening. I'm Matt Stoynoff, the athletic director at Colerain High School. It is always hard to follow Coach Carpenter, so I will do my best with that. So if we want to start with boys and girls basketball, I will start with Brett Johnson. And first, all of these awards are either GMC or OHSA awards that were given out. So Brett Johnson, boys basketball, is our Steve Shuck Sportsmanship Award, which is given out by the GMC. Up next, we have Phil Emery, who was second team All-GMC. We'll do girls basketball together here. So girls basketball, our Steve Shuck Sportsmanship Award is Kamia Smith. Jaya Lawson was second team All-GMC. All right. Boys and girls basketball, if you want to do a picture. All right, we'll move into boys and girls wrestling. So a lot of these athletes have multiple awards. So up first, Braxton Alexander. Braxton was our GMC champ at 106, second place at sectionals, and a district qualifier. Next, Bryson Long, second place at GMCs at 126. He was fourth place at sectionals and a district qualifier. Our next wrestler, Kai Saturday, fourth place at sectionals and a district qualifier. Jack Slavin, second place GMCs, 165. He was second place at sectionals and also a district qualifier. Tristan Von Risen, second place GMC at 215. He took second at sectionals and also was a district qualifier. All right, DeMarco Case, this one will take a minute. So DeMarco is our GMC champ, 120 pounds, 3 times. He is second place at sectionals this year, district qualifier, district champ 2 times at 120. He is a 3-time state qualifier, and on a very, very, very short list, GMC Wrestler of the Year 2 times. Up next, we have Finn Detzel, who is our Steve Shuck Sportsmanship Award. On to girls wrestling, Josie Peters, 4th place GMCs at 100 pounds. She was, these girls got a lot of too. She was a sectional champ at 100 pounds and district qualifier. She is also our Steve Shuck Sportsmanship Award. Valencia Cates, DeMarco's sister, 4th place GMCs at 105, sectional champ at 105, and district qualifier. Congratulations. And our last wrestler, Genevieve Tinsberg, she was 4th place at sectionals at 170 and district qualifier. All right, on to bowling. All right, Cole Cooper for bowling was our Steve Shuck Sportsmanship Award. Christopher Salnick was first team all GMC. August Armstrong, second team all GMC. Colin Rami was second team all GMC. Cheyenne Carrier was our Steve Shuck Sportsmanship Award. Michaela Greer was first team all GMC and a district qualifier. Riley Selmeyer, first team all GMC and district qualifier, and they're both playing in softball games tonight for them. So that is our bowling team. Congratulations. All right, we'll do our chess team and academic quiz team next. All right, starting with chess, Jameer Cody was our Steve Shuck Sportsmanship Award. First team all GMC, Paul Nerswick. And Norman Ray was second team all GMC. Academic quiz team, Lynn Hoffman was our Steve Shuck Sportsmanship Award. Also, Norman Ray again was second team all league in academic quiz team. So, dual athlete. And then we have Jacob Solzdick, which was second team all GMC in the academic quiz team. All right, on the swimming for our last two. All right, up first, we have Andrew Williams. Andrew is a sectional qualifier, a district qualifier, and also a state qualifier in swimming. Up next, we have Colton Kahn. Colton was also a sectional qualifier and district qualifier for swimming. Congratulations.
All right, I believe that will conclude our winter competitive music groups and athlete recognition for winter sports this year. Let's give it up one more time for all of our participants, coaches, athletic directors, administrators. Thank you all so much.
All right, and our next presentation will be from Diana Erb, and she will be letting us know about Waycross's coverage of the Northwest Local School District in 2025.
Thank you for allowing me to address you. It's a delight to have been here tonight to see all these wonderful students recognized, especially since 40 to 55 years ago, I used to teach English in the Northwest Local School District. And I am reprising my visit of last year when I came to talk about the changeover of leadership on the Waycross Community Media Board when Northwest Local School District resident Joe Orndorff retired after serving as the only other chair of the board for over 45 years. So I wanted to come back and address you and kind of give you some idea of the coverage that Northwest does of your events. So last year, in 2025, Waycross Community Media covered 100 programs, produced 100 programs, including 28 of them on sporting events. 39 of them were student concerts at all levels of education. 16 of them were your board meetings. 12 of them were studio programs like Northwest Connects, election forums, and the State of the District recaps. Waycross also traveled to Northern Kentucky University to cover both and air live both the Colerain and Northwest High School graduations. And they also covered both high school homecoming parades. In addition, Waycross Community Media also connects to the school district to provide your students with opportunities to be part of the productions themselves, running cameras, announcing games, and also attending our signature summer film workshop where they produce their own program. And it's a delight to see what they do each year. Actual coverage, however, is many more hours because these programs are often initiated live and then recorded and re-aired on multiple media platforms. In addition to being seen on the cable television channels, residents can also access recorded programs online at waycross.org and on other media outlets like YouTube and TikTok. So Waycross looks forward to continuing our relationship with the school district and to continue to cover its events over the next many years. Thank you, and I hope to see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next we'll move on to Student Achievement Liaison Report with Sierra.
Colerain Elementary students in the STEM Club recently showcased their work during a field trip to the University of Cincinnati, where they presented projects they created in their after-school club. 4th and 5th grade students not only shared their work, but also had the opportunity to tour the DAP program, guided by Colerain High School alumni. Congratulations to our students and their sponsor, Ms. Darling, on this achievement. MHE would like to congratulate the members of their PTA chess club who are finishing up their 10-week camp. As a group, they learned how to play chess and are currently participating in their own tournament. MHE also have 12 members participate in the Queen City Classic Chess Tournament on March 14th at TQL Stadium. Struble Elementary 5th grade students at Struble Elementary earned Core 5 Hall of Fame status by achieving their reading growth goals throughout the third quarter. Students set and tracked their progress in building essential reading skills to celebrate their achievement. Students were honored at VIP lunch, where they walked the red carpet, received certificates and prizes, and toast to success and accuracy. PRMS, Mr. Dodson created a structured and engaging learning environment where students collaborated to analyze historical content and synthesize ideas. Through this activity, students explored the connection between cultural values and artistic developments during the Renaissance period, strengthening both engagement and critical thinking skills. Colerain Middle School. CMS is proud to congratulate 25 8th graders for being inducted into the National Junior Honor Society. Taylor Elementary. Taylor Elementary is proud to recognize 14 students who achieved perfect attendance for the entire third quarter. We commend these students and their families for making attendance a priority. In celebration of their commitment, each student will receive an incentive from the place. Pleasant Run Elementary. PRE is celebrating 75 students who achieved perfect attendance during the third quarter. In recognition of their achievement, they will be invited to a special event during the school day. Struble Elementary. Struble Elementary is proud to recognize 196 Blue Jays who achieved perfect attendance during the month of February. Congratulations to those students for showing up each day ready to learn. We also celebrate the students honored at our February Blue Jay Leader celebration for constantly demonstrating the Blue Jay way. Houston Elementary. Houston Elementary Learning Center hosted its annual Community Egg Hunt, welcoming more than 100 families for a day of fun and connections. Students of all ages and abilities supported one another by filling baskets, opening and sorting items, and helping recycle materials for next year's event. Congratulations.
Thank you, Sierra. Next, we'll move to Jim with Butler Tech Update.
Yeah, it's just two things. Last Tuesday, we had the aviation grand opening up at Middletown Airport. And if you haven't seen it, that place is spectacular. One of the best for high school kids in the state. And our kids, if they're interested in becoming pilots, mechanics on airplanes, getting their pilot's license, apply to go up there because it's top notch. And then one other thing, on April 13th, we're going to have the ribbon cutting for the addition at the Bioscience Building, and that's right at Cincinnati Dayton Road. And it goes from 10 to 12. I put an invitation at everybody's spot. If you're going to go, just RSVP and then show up. But other than that, that's it.
All right, great. Thank you, Jim. And next, we'll move to legislative update with Nicole.
No update this month.
All right.
We have no report tonight from any employee organizations.
And policy 0169.1 addresses public participation at board meetings, gives each person 3 minutes submission time to address agenda items of any topic during community comments. However, no more than 15 minutes will be devoted to public participation unless the board votes unanimously to continue discussion. The policy also states that no response to the submission will occur from the board or district administration during this time. There are no community comments tonight, so we'll move on to the next topic.
All right, for our consent items tonight, we'll start with personnel with 15 resignations, 1 retirement, 5 initial appointments, 5 change in status, 2 driver in training, 4 transportation substitutes, a variety of supplemental items and leaves of absence, and then a resolution for an administrative reduction in force.
Tonight for donations, we have gift cards from Chipotle to White Oak Middle School, single-day tickets from Kings Island to White Oak Middle School, a high jump pit mat from Colerain Boosters to the Colerain High School, and work study shirts from Shawn Industrial to Northwest and Colerain High School. For vendor contracts, we have the Colerain Police SRO contract, Title I services, special ed, auxiliary, and athletic website.
With that, the superintendent recommends the board approve the adoption of the consent items as listed.
You have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
The amount of bus routes that get combined each day, or like the emails that, texts that say.
Don't know that offhand.
Okay, I was just curious. Is it a common thing that's happening every day?
Yes,
Is just
yes.
to try to not cancel routes,
Correct.
but to try to.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? You can go ahead and vote.
Scroll up, you're down too far.
Oh, thank you.
You have to refresh
Refresh.
at the top, right here, the little button, 2 over.
Okay, right there.
Yep. And then click the meeting again. Right here. And then sync or join meeting. And then scroll up.
There we go. It's my first board meeting.
All right,
Sorry.
and that passes without opposition.
And then before we move on to the next one, we'd like to pause and take a moment and welcome some of our new administrators. We have 4 administrators tonight that we are welcoming. These are all because we have vacancies due to retirements. So we are losing Susan Bunty, Colin Clymer, Jana Lewis, and Dave Meadows, people who have a long legacy of success, and we are sad to see them go, but we are excited to welcome a new cadre of administrators into either the district or into new roles, and help us continue to grow and move on as a district. So I'd like to start with our new Director of Human Resources. So I'd like to introduce Trey Richmond, if you would come forward for a moment. We are excited. We are excited to welcome Trey into his new role of Director of Human Resources. Trey actually started at Beavis Elementary as a teacher, moved into administration, and then from there went to principal of Taylor, co-principal of Struble, principal of Montford Heights, has a long history of strong administrative experience, and we are really excited to welcome Trey into his new role as Director of Human Resources.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited and look forward to the new challenge. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Next, we have our Pleasant Run Middle School principal. We are welcoming Akita Barrow to that role. Akita comes to us from Cincinnati Public Schools. She is a proud Bearcat and started her educational experience there with middle childhood education, administrative degrees from Xavier University, so she's on both sides of the crosstown shootout. You never lose that game. She started as a math teacher, moved into instructional coach with Cincinnati Public, where she also served as assistant principal and principal, and we are really excited to welcome you to Pleasant Run Middle School as principal.
Thank you for this appointment, and I'm looking forward to working with everybody to continue to have a thriving middle school at Pleasant Run.
Okay, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, I'd like to welcome our new Colerain Elementary principal, Annie Brewer, who is our current assistant principal there. Annie at Colerain Middle School served as a dean of students before moving into assistant principal and now ascending to the role of principal of the building. She knows the building inside and out, and we look forward to her leadership to continue moving the building in the direction that Mr. Clymer has already set it on.
I just want to thank you for allowing me this opportunity so I can continue the legacy that Mr. Clymer has already started. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And we'd also like to welcome Ryan Fessler as the new Colerain Middle School Assistant Principal. Mr. Fessler comes to us from West Claremont, where he currently serves as an assistant principal, and before that was a special education teacher. So he brings a wealth of administrative experience and experience in the realm of special education, and we're excited that he will join the team at Colerain Middle School with Ms. Castile and continue to move that building forward as well. Welcome, Mr. Fessler.
Look forward to the opportunity, thank you, and look forward to being a part of this community. So thank you, guys.
Great, welcome, congratulations.
So good evening. First, I'd like to ask the board to dispense with reading of and approve the regular meeting minutes from February 23rd. We also have our financial report from the month of February. Our off funds balance was $122.6 million. Our general fund unreserved balance was $44.5 million because we've started to get our first half taxes. Our revenues year to date are $89.6 million, or about 79% through our projection. Our expenditures are $71 million, or at 63% through our projection. Our invested weighted average return is 3.76%. This is down about 1% from last year as the Fed rates continue to be reduced. Our list of monthly bills are our routine monthly bills, as well as the OFCC Segment 1 project for Colerain Elementary, some security equipment, district-wide bleacher inspections and repairs, and some auxiliary and grant fund payments. Tonight, we also have received 2 grants, so I'd like the board to accept, approve, and appropriate 2 library grants, one for Taylor and one for Colerain Middle. They're both approximately $2,000 each. And we need to accept the minute certificate as approved by the Hamilton County Budget Commission for about $281 million. This is from our January quarterly appropriations resolution. And finally, we need to approve our March quarterly appropriation resolution for $193 million. This is an increase of about $869,000 due to reductions from our federal grants, as well as the increase from the transfer, our annual transfer for our PI fund, for our capital OFCC maintenance fund. So with that, I ask the board to approve the fiscal consent items as listed.
Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? And I was knocked off, so let me just rejoin the meeting here. And I'm sorry, who was the first motion? Is that Chris?
Mr. Heather.
Mr. Heather.
And then Mr. Detzel.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that passes without opposition. Thank you.
Next, we have some other items. We have our 27-28 school calendar that was on for information last month. Superintendent recommends the board approve the calendar as listed.
And can I have a motion and a second? Any questions? right, and that passes without opposition.
Next, we have an additional donation from Mr. Detzel for instructional supplies to a classroom at Taylor Elementary. So superintendent recommends the board approve the donation as listed.
Can I have a motion and a second?
Second.
And that passes without opposition.
Next, we have our first of 3 policy items. This one is all of the board policies that were on the agenda in the February meeting. These are for approval this time, and these are the ones that were listed on the February meeting agenda. Superintendent recommends the board approve the policies as listed.
You have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Any discussion? And that passes without opposition.
We have another Neola board policy. This one came in after the last board meeting, so this is on for info action. It is a food service policy update, basically saying that we are not going to purchase any mislabeled meat products. So with that, the superintendent recommends the board approve the revised policy as listed.
You have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? And that passes without opposition.
And then the third policy item is a revision to the open enrollment policy. This adds an attendance component to the open enrollment policy for students renewing open enrollment. The superintendent recommends the board approve the policy as listed with the addition of the attendance component as drafted by the policy committee. Failure to pass this revision would keep our current policy in place, so we would still maintain our open enrollment policy.
And I just wanted to make a comment. I don't know if everybody knows that if we don't, if we would decide not to do open enrollment this year, we would be penalized for that at approximately $300,000. And each year when we renew open enrollment, if our open enrollment numbers go less than 10% of what the previous year was, we will also be fined for that. I don't know if anybody understood that at the time of this, but that is what will happen. Concerning part to me about that is that we really don't have any control over who decides they want to come to school here. So we do put ourselves at risk every year with that. So I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that before you vote on anything. All right, and can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
And any other discussion about the attendance part of the policy? Okay, we can vote. And that passes 4-1.
Next, we do have an out-of-state field trip for Northwest High School baseball. The superintendent recommends the board approve the out-of-state field trip as listed.
And can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Any questions on that?
Where's the team going?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, awesome. Good luck to them.
And that passes without opposition.
Next, we have a resolution to advertise and accept bids for our copier contract. Superintendent recommends that the board approve the resolution to advertise and accept bids for our document imaging equipment and managed print services as listed.
We have a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? And that passes without opposition.
And then we do have a resolution that would grant an easement at the new Corwin Elementary site for Duke Energy for the installation of electric service. So the superintendent recommends the board approve the grant of easement request for the new Corwin Elementary site on Compton Road by Duke Energy as listed.
Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved. Second.
And any questions, discussion? And that passes without opposition.
So with the prior 5-year forecasts, which are now the financial forecasts, we've been talking since 2019 about the need for additional revenue at some point, and that need has come. So in January, we started having work sessions to discuss options. In February, we brought 2 resolutions of necessity that were both approved by the board. Those 2 resolutions have been sent to the Ohio Department of Taxation as well as the Hamilton County Auditor's Office and have been certified. The next step is a resolution to proceed. There are 2 resolutions tonight. Depending on which resolution or both passes, the next step is to send them to the Hamilton County Board of Elections to be placed on the November ballot. So the first resolution, you guys can decide which, one resolution or 2, but there's 2 resolutions.
So we have to vote on each one, correct?
Correct.
And if they both pass, then we're obligated to put them both on. So this is final decision time, correct?
Correct. Okay. First resolution tonight is the resolution to proceed with the 5 mil property tax levy.
Can I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Any discussion? We can go vote on that. And that fails, 4 against and 1 for.
The next resolution tonight is a resolution to proceed with a 1.5% earned income tax levy.
Can I have a motion and a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, Nancy. I had told the board at our last meeting that I would support a lower amount, but 1.5% is the highest of any levy, earned income tax levies that we're seeing anywhere in the area. Yes, you'll get a reduction in your property taxes of, what's the average, Jamie? $500 or so for the average house?
It's almost 8.5 mils, depending on the market value of the house.
Okay, so you save 500, but then you write a check for 1,500, and there's $1,000 more, and I just can't do that to the young families. I would benefit from it because I'm working just 1 day a week, and my earned income is very little now. But and I also predict it won't stop there. I predict that 5 years from now, maybe 7 years or 3 years, let's raise it to 1.75, then let's raise it to 2%. And people are struggling. I mean, look at the price of gas. I just can't do that where one group benefits, the senior citizens, at the expense of the young families and the people who are still working. So I'm a no vote on that.
Yeah, but you know people who benefit by the property tax ones because they don't pay property tax.
Well,
so renters benefit from that.
The landlords just raise the rent.
So then they're hurt either way too. But,
Yeah.
you know, if we do the property tax one, then we're still obligated to put the other 2 renewals up. And I don't think that's going to fly very well with people.
I doubt that they would pass, although they are renewals. But you know, there's going to be the votes to put it on the ballot and let the voters decide. But I've stressed years ago that I would never vote for an income tax. I would vote for 0.75 if we decided to go that route, but that wouldn't cover all the bases that we need financially.
All right, I just got knocked out again, so let me log back in.
And Chris, I want to clarify, the 8.26 is the current renewals that it would replace, but then the additional 5 mil, so it's like 13.26 total mils.
Okay.
All right, are we ready to vote then? And that passes 4-1.
Next, we do have an informational item on here. On our last in-service day, we finished the textbook adoption process for middle school and high school math. So this is the recommendation coming from the curriculum office for the math textbooks for middle school and high school. It is the same company that we currently use at elementary, so it would match district-wide. So that will be on for approval at the next meeting. And then just for some updates for tonight, I can't say enough how proud I am of meetings like this where we get to celebrate our students academically and athletically. We have amazing students doing amazing things, setting records across the board, and are being held up on a national stage, not just a local stage. And so I'm really proud of the environment we're able to have that cultivates such excellence on and off the field in the classrooms and everywhere in our hallways. So that's a huge accomplishment. I want to remind our parents that currently we are accepting enrollments for preschool and kindergarten, so please go to our website, click on that button, and start enrolling your children for preschool and kindergarten. Just remember that the legislators have changed the date for kindergarten enrollment, so they have to be 5 by the first day of school. It is no longer flexible like it used to be, and so that law has changed and is in effect this year for kindergarten. I also want to congratulate the board. At the regional OSBA meetings that were just had, this Board of Education won a silver award for board leadership, for the self-evaluation you guys did, and I think that sets a great example for continuous improvement for not just the board and our schools, but for the community at large. So congratulations to the board for that. Jim, you mentioned the Butler Tech Aviation Center groundbreaking. It was an amazing event. That is an incredible space. We'll actually be there for our second June board meeting, so that will be a great opportunity to explore a truly innovative space that gives our kids a unique experience that a lot of other kids in this region would not be able to get. So that's an amazing place.
And just on top of that, I know that they're going to apply for some more state money to do a second area, so.
They mentioned that at the groundbreaking.
Yeah, I think the state auditor told all the politicians there, if you guys don't vote for this and give these guys money, you guys are crazy.
Do they
Yeah.
say that about the public schools?
What do you mean?
We're still waiting on that.
That's just what the state auditor said when he was there. I don't know, we can ask him and have him come down here and talk.
That'd be great.
I also want to acknowledge we had a unique opportunity to host a United States Department of Education event called History Rocks at Montford Heights Elementary. Our kids got exposed to an amazing assembly celebrating historical facts from our country in honor of the 250th anniversary of our country. We actually had a really impressive set of game show hosts who got to MC that, Mr. Richmond and Mr. Whitaker, who really got the kids excited about history, which is a big feat in and of itself, but our kids answered historical questions that this tour goes to one school in every state. We were the stop for Ohio, and they told us that our elementary kids, 4th and 5th grade, were answering questions better than some of the high schools they visited in other states. So I put our kids up against anyone, anywhere. We can't do it alone, and our support organizations are a great part of that. And I want to give a shout out to Pleasant Run Elementary's PTA. They actually got an Emmy Award from the PTA Association. It is They are the only school in this region who got that award. They are really revitalizing the PTA in that community and doing amazing things, and that is an exciting award for them to have. Another support organization who, I don't know how they do it, but this weekend was the Corrigan High School Gala from the Boosters, and every year, I don't know how they can make it bigger and better and outdo themselves, but every year they do. So they continue to just set the mark and raise the bar every year for what they do to continue to raise money and support the athletic, music departments and just the entire school community here at Corrigan High School. Logistically, we have spring break around the corner. So our kids will be out Monday, March 30th through Monday, April 6th, and return on April 7th. That's a long break, but it also, when kids return, we are jumping right into our state testing windows. So I want to remind everyone that our kids are well prepared. Our staff have done an amazing job all year making sure our kids are prepared, but this is the partnership that we need from our families to make sure that when the students come back after spring break, we are jumping right into routines. They are getting a lot of rest. They are coming to school ready to learn because they are going to jump right into kind of their final event and be able to show what they've learned all year. And so we just want to remind our families that that important window is right around the corner, and we appreciate their partnership in making sure kids are not only here at school, but here at school and ready to learn. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll move to board comments. Sierra?
I just want to congratulate everyone, the students and the staff, and welcome the new staff.
Right. Nicole?
I would like to thank our students and families, coaches, and school administrators that came today. Special congratulations to our 2 National Merit finalists. That's quite an accomplishment. And thank Waycross for their continued support of our district. They are everywhere, and we appreciate you. And our gala committee, the gala was amazing every year, like Daryl said, just outdone the previous year. And countless people donate their entire weekend and weeks ahead of time to prepare for that, so thank you. And congratulate the students. I know I heard Struble and PRE and maybe a few others, but perfect attendance for February or for a whole quarter is quite an accomplishment. And also congratulations and welcome to our new administrators. I'm excited to see what you guys do. And that's all. Thank you.
Jim?
I also want to thank all the students that got recognized and the coaches, and they put a lot of time in, and it's appreciated, and I'm glad that we recognize them. And then the 2 National Merit finalists, I want to congratulate those guys. I mean, that is no joke. That is hard to be in the top 1% in the whole country. And I just wish those guys good luck in whatever they decide to do. And that's it.
Chris?
I want to welcome the new administrators. They all seem very well qualified, so we're looking forward to working with you. Congratulations to all the students that were awarded tonight their plaques or certificates. And also was at the gala Saturday night, and it was fun for all. It was very well done. Everybody got along just fine, and the food was wonderful. And I just want to congratulate them for a job well done.
All right, and I would also like to congratulate all the students on their academic, musical, and sports accomplishments. Those are wonderful jobs that they've all done, and their perfect attendance as well. And also congratulations to people on their new roles or people who are entering the district in a new role. We look forward to working with you. It makes for an exciting changes when we see new people in different positions or old people in new positions. So it should make for an excellent next school year. I would like to take on to what Daryl talked about at the America 250. That was an absolutely wonderful event. Those kids were so pumped up. They were so excited. Their knowledge was wonderful. They started chanting USA on their own, which was just really amazing. It was a very professionally done job. We couldn't have asked for 2 better MCs. We had one dressed as Mr. America and the other one dressed as a leprechaun. So, I mean, they hit the America and the St. Patrick's Day. It was wonderful. And those kids, their behavior was absolutely perfect. They were allowed to be as loud as they wanted at certain points, but as soon as they were told to come down to 0, you could have heard a pin drop. It was very impressive. So I say excellent job to Mr. Richmond and Mr. Whitaker, and also to their history teachers. It was an awesome job. The other thing I would like to mention is I was at the gala as well, and I'd like to just focus on one of our former board members, Mark Gilbert, is doing outreach through White Oak Christian Church, and one of his outreaches is to help hold team dinners at the church for Colerain High School football players. And he also has had some talks with Coach Stevens, and Coach Stevens was looking for a nice Christian community to be a part of, and so he has actually joined over at White Oak Christian Church, and he has made such an impact on his players. He is there to develop men of character who are going to be responsible young men in the future. It's not just about football, but it's about teaching them how to be upstanding citizens and good young men. And they are so attached to him that several of them accompany him to church, and it's just a wonderful thing to see. And as with these dinners, they do accept donations, so if anybody is interested in helping to cover some of those dinners, you could always contact Mark Gilbert. They are holding them currently once a month, but they are maybe considering twice a month. But it's a wonderful opportunity. And that's all I have to say. All right, and can we get a motion and a second to adjourn?
Second.
Just go out again. I think you might have to refresh and rejoin again.
I'm going to vote yes.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, and that passes without opposition. Meeting is adjourned.